The chipped ceramic mug warmed my hands, but the chill inside me remained. Outside, the January wind howled like a banshee, mirroring the storm in my chest. I stared at the swirling steam, the aroma of chamomile doing little to soothe the anxious knots in my stomach. It had been years, yet the memory still had the power to unravel me. The memory of a friendship that bloomed into something dangerous, something forbidden. My name is Laurel, and my story isn't one of fairy tales and happily ever afters. It's a messy, complicated tale of unspoken attraction, impulsive actions, and the devastating fallout they created. It all began with Alex and Jamie. From the time we were kids, navigating scraped knees and awkward first dances, the three of us had been a unit. Alex, with his easy charm and mischievous grin, was the spark. Jamie, quieter, more thoughtful, was the grounding force. And I was somewhere in the middle, bound to them both by an unbreakable thread. Growing up, we were inseparable. Sleepovers filled with whispered secrets, endless summer days spent exploring the woods, triumphs and heartbreaks shared with unwavering loyalty. I never thought of them as anything other than my best friends, my brothers in spirit. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. It was subtle, a gradual awakening of something I didn't understand. I found myself noticing the way Alex's eyes crinkled when he laughed, the strength in his hands when he helped me with a project. It was a quiet hum beneath the surface of our friendship, a dangerous undercurrent I tried to ignore. My life went on. I met David, a kind and gentle soul, and we built a life together. We married young, in our early 20s, and settled into a routine of comfortable predictability. Our friends, Mary and Rachel, were there with us, navigating their own paths to adulthood, providing the laughter and companionship that made life sweeter. Jamie and Alex were always there too, a constant fixture in our lives, the unspoken tension between me and Alex a secret only I knew. Then came that night. It started innocently enough, a casual gathering at Alex's apartment. David was working late, Mary and Rachel had other plans, and Jamie was busy with his passion, photography. It was just me and Alex, sharing a bottle of wine, the familiar comfort of our friendship making the quiet space between us seem natural. But then Alex's words broke the silence. He confessed his feelings, a vulnerability I had never seen before. The air crackled with a sudden, palpable energy. He said he'd been holding it in for years, the unspoken attraction a silent torment. And before I could process anything, his lips met mine. It wasn't just a kiss, it was an explosion. Years of unspoken emotions surged to the surface, a heady mix of excitement and guilt. It felt like a dream, illicit and exhilarating. Then the reality crashed down. I was married. I had betrayed David, and perhaps worse, I had betrayed Jamie, our lifelong unwavering bond. The next morning, I slipped out of Alex's apartment like a thief, the shame of physical weight pressing down on me. I avoided everyone, my phone mostly on silent, pretending everything was normal while a war raged inside. I knew I'd crossed a line, fractured something precious, and I didn't know how to fix it. The thought of facing Jamie, seeing the hurt in his quiet eyes, was unbearable. The weeks that followed were a blur. I tried to act like everything was fine with David, but all I felt was the suffocating weight of the secret I was keeping from him and the creeping guilt of betraying Jamie. Alex's message, "We need to talk," finally broke through my self-imposed wall of avoidance. I agreed to meet him at a little coffee shop downtown, the same place where we used to study as teenagers, the irony not lost on me. Our conversation was excruciating. The comfortable ease we once shared was replaced by awkward silences and strained apologies. We both knew we had messed up, shattered something irreplaceable. We talked about the intensity of our feelings, the passion that had ruled us, but the conversation always circled back to the hurt we had caused. We both yearned for honesty, even if it meant losing each other completely. It didn't take long for the truth to unravel. Jamie, always intuitive, saw the change in our dynamic, the awkward glances and the forced casualness. It was a messy, painful confrontation, filled with accusations and devastated silences. He couldn't understand how two people he trusted more than anyone could inflict such deep pain. He felt betrayed, not just as a friend, but on a fundamental level. Jamie's hurt was raw and visceral. He couldn't bear to be around us, the constant reminder of what we had done. He made the painful decision to leave the city, to seek a fresh start, a clean break from the wreckage we had created. Alex and I tried to salvage something from the ashes. We tried to go back to being friends, to pretend that nothing had changed. But the scars were too deep, the wound too fresh. The unspoken attraction was gone, replaced by an unspoken guilt that hung heavy between us. We tried to have those easy conversations, to share laughter and memories, but the shadow of our betrayal always lurked in the background. Eventually, we had to acknowledge the truth. Our bond, once so vibrant and unbreakable, was damaged beyond repair. We had let our passions dictate our actions, and the consequences were devastating. There was nothing more to say, no more apologies to offer that could truly mend the broken pieces. We parted ways, each of us carrying the weight of our mistakes, the weight of the unspoken attraction that had ultimately destroyed our friendship. Years have passed. I'm still married to David, a quiet, steady presence in my life. I have wonderful friends like Mary and Rachel, who helped me navigate the aftermath of my actions. We still share laughter and life together. I've learned to forgive myself, to acknowledge my flaws, and to move forward, but the memory of Jamie and Alex, the joy and the pain, will forever be etched in my soul. I often wonder where Jamie went, what he is doing, if he ever thinks about us, the broken trio. Sometimes I see Alex in the city, a fleeting glance across a crowded street, and the old ache resurfaces. I never got to say I was truly sorry. I've learned the hard way that love, loyalty, and honesty are not just lofty ideals, they are the foundations of all healthy relationships. Passion, while powerful, can blind you to the consequences of your actions. My story is a reminder that some mistakes, no matter how deeply regretted, can never truly be undone. Moving forward, I try to build on trust and respect, cherishing the bonds I have, never forgetting the lessons of the unspoken attraction and the devastating cost of betrayal. The tea is cold now, and the wind outside has died down. The storm in my heart, however, still